Yo, people, welcome back to the channel. This is Premier League Game Week 5 preview. You've got some good games. You've got, of course, London Derby, West Ham against Chelsea, Arsenal going up to Man City to play them. We've got Liverpool, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Brentford. So a few good games to look out for. And joining me for his debut on the channel is um, one that has been on a few big channels. I see him. Then he's on K3 Lewis. Then he's on Northside. Next is gonna be on League Gunners. I think he already has as well. But let's welcome the main man, Mike's. How are you, man?
Big up, man. I haven't been on League Gunners yet, but big up for having me on the channel. Yeah, it's good to collab, man. It's been a long time overdue, man. And obviously with the game tomorrow, it's perfect.
But why not? Our team's facing off. So yeah. Also, by the way, just correct me if I do pronounce the name wrong. Do
Yeah,
please correct me.
yeah.
So
Mike's is how you pronounce it. Simple.
okay, Mike. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, be up chess fan in the ballroom. Be up yourself. Um, so yeah. Um, let's start it off. Of course, early kickoff. Go away to your place. To take you on. Of course, we don't have the best record against you guys
Mm.
at the London Stadium. 3-1, 1-1. Yeah, with only once away from home in the last 10 games. Same with you guys.
Yeah,
Um, with that, so the home team usually won this fixture,
yeah,
but your season hasn't been the best. You lost to Villa at home, beat Palace away,
yeah,
and then City at home lost. Fair enough. I thought you were pretty good against City. You just couldn't
yeah.
finish your chances. And then Fulham, um, I said 2-2 draw, but was 1-1 in the end. Uh, you are the expert on your team, so talk about West Ham so far.
Well, obviously, I know a lot of hype has been around us because of the whole transfer window, and listen, every West Ham fan is pretty much happy with it. Um, obviously, we're always going to get behind whatever manager was going to take over David Moyes, as most of us were looking for a change for a very long time. However, it hasn't got off to the greatest start, and I think a lot of us would have been willing to be patient if we wasn't going to see the same mistakes that we were from the previous regime. Now, don't get me wrong, there we have seen some improvements, like playing higher up the pitch. We can actually pass the ball when we play the right players. It's just unfortunately some of the old crop, some of the old players that were playing from last season are still playing this season and are a big hindrance towards this current starting 11 that usually gets picked out from the manager. And what I'm seeing all the time from this manager is a lot of excuses when he doesn't pick the right players. It's like, oh, this guy needs minutes, but preseason was a long time ago. And also, like the international break. Well, everyone had the same international break. So there's no excuses there, in my opinion. As you said, with the Manchester City game was probably our best performance. We actually did play well. It was just Haaland is just a different quality, and we did make a mistake for the third goal, but also we did need to finish our chances, which we have created, we haven't finished, but we've defended a lot better than under the previous regime when we supposedly had a good defensive manager. My problem going into this game is I don't believe that we'll pick the right starting 11 to actually go ahead and win this game, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. Um, yeah, it's a tough one. With you guys, I see where you're coming from because I saw your lineup against Fulham just briefly, but there were a few interesting calls. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Um, so, but of us on the other hand, we've I think we've played well in
Mm.
some games. I think the Palace game we were decent. I wouldn't say we were world class or anything. Bournemouth, we were poor, but we got the points, which is fair enough. Uh, yeah, got the 3 points. Got the goal, Shade Kunku. Of course, we lost to City on the first day. Like, I'm I'm not too upset losing to Manchester City on the first
Yeah.
day of the Premier League season. If it was later on in the Premier League season, like when we have now built up a style of play and um, so yeah, well, interesting, man. So I think we are. I wouldn't say we're favourites, but if there was a team looking, I would pick it from a neutral. It would be us because of the
Yeah.
way you guys have been this season.
Yeah.
Because we had the better season. Um,
Oh yeah,
but,
for sure. You got a better squad as well, but like
yeah.
it's more like you won your last game. You won the last game.
Mm,
Simple as that. Like we shouldn't even won last. We shouldn't even drawn last game. Like it was a very scrappy last minute equalizer. Like Fulham were a better team throughout. Pretty much, we just we caught them slipping, caught them sleeping, and we put the ball in the back of the net in the end. But we didn't deserve it. We didn't deserve it
mm,
at all. But that's my thing going into this game. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are worried because West Ham away is not easy for you guys. I get it.
mm,
It's very rare that a team can even say that when it comes to us. But it just in general, I just think that's going to end on Saturday, just because all those records come to an end. We used to have a really good record against Fulham and Aston Villa for like over 10 years, and they've both got very good results since. I think with Chelsea, it's just a matter of time that they're going to beat us at our ground eventually, and I can't have our team losing three home games in a row. I don't care if it's Villa, Manchester City, and Chelsea. We're acting like these are three impossible teams to beat. Manchester City are the best team in the world, one of them up there, but that doesn't mean that they're impossible to beat. You know, you got to go into it
yeah.
like no, you got to be disappointed that you still haven't won the game. But with Aston Villa on a first game of the season and coming up against Chelsea, we have to win. Like, because I didn't
Mm,
accept anything but a win against Fulham either, and we drew. It wasn't even just a draw; it was a lucky draw. We should have lost. We were lucky to get a point.
mm.
So
Oh,
we need wins.
Danny.
Yeah, shout out
Danny.
Danny Ings. Like he could be used as a super sub, I guess, but that's a big issue as a striker because Fulkirk is a doubt for the game. Antonio hasn't been
Oh.
great, but we're probably going to play Bowen up front if the manager had a bit of sense for this game. I don't really want Bowen up front, in general because he's better off the right. He literally got the assist for the Fulham goal coming off the right. But if you have Fulkirk injured, just play Bowen up front and then bring Danny Ings off the bench. That's probably our only alternative for now.
Mm.
But this is going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be good for the neutrals because both teams can see chances. So
Definitely,
I think
definitely.
yeah, neutrals are going to enjoy this one for sure.
Mm. Sancho and Nkunku need to start tomorrow. Yeah, I think Nkunku need to start. Sancho, I don't know if Sancho has pulled his fitness levels up, if that's full yet. But one good thing is um, Maresca did say in his press conference he has Pedro Neto down as a right winger, not as a left winger.
Mm,
Um, So I'm very glad about that because we have seen Neto play on the left and it has not worked. Me personally, I would get Madueke out, bring Neto for this game because I think Neto West Ham that would work because
yeah.
you've got what Emerson left back, so
Well, he even is a doubt for the game. So, but even with
mm,
Emerson's not my problem. My problem is if like when Emerson's not fit, we either put
mm,
Cresswell there, which we won't, but Sufa will go right back and Wan-Bissaka will go left back. And Sufa on the right, I'm just not a fan. I haven't been a fan for a
mm,
while. And I think whoever plays on the left for Chelsea, and if Sufa does play, I'd be worried because Sufa hasn't been great 1v1 for years and he's not comfortable in
mm,
possession. I don't even really know what he's good at nowadays. I think he's living off the fact that he got 7 assists last season, and 7 assists sounds good, But if you contextualize his whole performances instead of just looking at stats, it's not what it says on the stat sheet. Like when you
I
watch
think
him, yeah, great.
I think Sofal and Socek are still living off that. You remember that first season you got they
Yeah,
had at your club.
yeah, the
The
lockdown
first
season, they're
season,
still living off that.
yeah,
Yeah, because
mm,
Suchek still gets called a goal scoring midfielder from that season, but he hasn't reached that level since. And also, people underestimate how much work Declan Rice was doing to cover him. When you look back at it, Declan Rice was doing a
mm,
lot off the ball to cover him. He was pretty much sweeping it up just for Suchek to go forward. So that,
yeah,
that doesn't get talked about enough, really.
yeah. Our right back is not a problem. Well, you have Kudus on the left, but
Yeah,
Kudus is better off the right as well. I think
yeah, yeah. Could have better at number 10 on the right.
so. Yeah. Prediction wise, I've got Chelsea winning, but I've got two scorelines in my head. I'm just gonna say the one I usually use for Chelsea 2-1. I think for
I
every game except City, I said 2-1
mm,
almost
I
every
actually agree
time.
with you. I actually agree with you. I think Chelsea will win 2-1. I've been saying that all day to all the Chelsea fans I know. I just don't see us winning. And unfortunately, due to this manager, the way he picks teams, I just think we'll lose the game.
Mm, yeah. Yep, Jonathan in the chat. I was sort of getting smacked around by Pakistan. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it is. I'm gonna. It's not our best team. It's our best team playing. So, but yeah, we're doing decent right now. 96 for two. Chasing 311. So what? 28 runs to go. Overs to go. So should be fine. Um, but we need to up it. So yeah. But be up yourself, Jonathan, in the chat. Inepen, be up yourself, bro. Be up. So let's move on to another derby-ish.
Yeah,
Midlands derby. Villa Wolves. Wolves yet to pick up a win. Currently set 18th on 1 point. At 1 point, come against Nottingham Forest. Um, yeah. Well, I think against Newcastle they were unlucky Wolves because the
mm,
two Newcastle goals were absolute screamers from Harvey Barnes and Botman.
yeah.
Um, so they were unlucky in that sense, but should be scoring. They go on to Villa. Villa, of course, played midweek against Young Boys. So yeah,
It's
I
not looking
think
great
Villa
for
should.
Wolves right now. Like,
Yeah, it's
because
not.
they played midweek as well. They got knocked out by Brighton in the cup as well. So
Mm.
they haven't even won in
How
that.
far did they lose that game?
They lost
It's
3-2.
it's 3-2. I know they were 2-0 down.
Yeah,
Um, when was it? Yeah, 3-2. Okay, so they tried the comeback thing, but didn't work.
no.
Tommy Doyle 91st minute goal for Wolves in the get that. So it was basically 3-1 and then a late minute second
Yeah.
goal. Um, but Wolves do have a good away record at Villa Park. Last season it was 2-0 Aston Villa, but they have a decent one looking. They lost 10 games, won two away from home. Aston Villa have only won two for that recent one coming last season at home. I don't know, but this game feels like a draw for me. Um,
Not really. I think Wolves are going to get something.
yeah, I'm gonna go 2-2. I think
Oh,
it's
I think
maybe
Villa
I'm
will
just
win 2-0. I just think they're not going to make the same mistakes they did against Everton, where they concede sloppy goals. And Wolves just.
mm,
I remember that Newcastle game. It was like they should have won that game. Like, don't get me wrong, they were great goals, but even a Harvey Barnes one, like, I don't know why Doherty came on for Semedo, but he couldn't even handle Harvey Barnes cutting in. I don't even know why he's still playing, Matt Doherty. He looks done. But I just think Wolves have struggled to score. And with this whole going to four at the back thing, if they go to a four at the back like they've been doing all season, I think they're more likely to concede goals. That's why they got battered by Chelsea. Uh, that's why they just drew against Forest, because they went back to back three for one game just because it was away from home. I think they might change it up a little bit. Don't get me wrong; they might go back to back three because the four at the back ain't working. But they're still not gonna. That's still not gonna help them score any goals. So I just think Villa comfortably 2-0, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. Um, that's fair, man. I just have this feeling. So Juve selling be up yourself. Aston Villa 3-1. Jeez, West Ham 1-0. I would be
Uh,
actually disappointed if we don't score with the attackers we have. If we don't score,
mm.
mm. um, so yeah. Um, so yeah. Next game. Speaking of Newcastle, they take on Fulham at Craven Cottage. Newcastle, they third place currently. They could go top. Um, I don't know what the goal difference is like. But I could go top if City and Arsenal draw, which isn't out of the realms of possibility. But Fulham, last three games they have drawn, of course, midweek they drew 1-1 to. Who did they play in the cup?
I think it's Preston.
Yeah, Preston with the
Yeah.
16-15 penalty shootout lost. Crazy.
Yeah.
So how would that affect them? Newcastle, they have, yeah. Look at that Newcastle record. Just look there, 5 away wins. Five,
Mm.
crazy. Um, away from home, they beat Wolves and drove top Bournemouth. Sorry. So I'm gonna back them to win. We'll go 2-1.
I think this will be a draw. I think 1-1 for me. I could just it just screams a draw. I just don't. Draw it is with Newcastle. I know they're unbeaten so far, but I don't think they've impressed in any performance. So I think it's always bound to the fact that you can't keep relying on individual quality. On top of the fact that Isak and Wilson are both out with injuries, so they're going to play Gordon up
Oh
front.
yeah, Isak might be out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Harvey Barnes will probably get a start then, which he deserves
Mm.
to, even though Gordon has been playing well. So that might not have that much of an effect, but Eddie Howe's still making questionable decisions with certain parts of his lineup, like the midfield, for example. I don't know how Sean Longstaff is getting the game, but I think it'll be tough. I think Fulham have performed quite well, and Newcastle haven't performed as well as it looks. So I think 1-1
Mm.
for me.
1-1. Newcastle for top four.
Nah,
Adam
I don't.
sixth.
Yeah, I don't see them finishing above Villa or Liverpool. So no, no, in my
Yeah.
opinion, I think they'll miss out.
Newcastle 2-0. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that. Okay. Mentioned that. That makes things interesting.
Yeah,
Isak, Isak and Wilson. But Wilson is always injured.
yeah, he's been
But
injured for 6 months.
okay. Leicester City Everton. Oh, draw. Draw looks like a draw written all over this. Um, yeah, this game. I don't know what's gonna happen in this game. You can go. I don't know. I'm still
Yeah,
thinking.
do you know what? Do you know what it is with this game is I thought Leicester were going to perform slightly worse than they have done so far, but they haven't won a game yet. But with Everton, you'd like to think that because they scored 6 goals in the last 2 games, that eventually they're going to get something. But they even lost
Mm,
to Southampton on penalties in the cup, and with Leicester drawing, sorry, it's to Southampton, yeah. So with Leicester drawing to Palace and then like losing a 2-0 lead, I think they both just screams of a draw due to both of the fact that they both have fragile defenses.
mm.
So I think 1-1 for me again, 1-1.
1-1. Let's go with 1-1. all the guys going 1-1. Let's go 1-1.
Yeah,
But then again, Everton score loads of goals. I don't know. Sooner or later, the goals will dry up for them. So yeah, Leicester are actually playing well this season. It's just a lack of quality in the final third. They should have won 2 games in draw with Villa. I haven't watched Leicester except that Tottenham game, and that was a rubbish game that Tottenham won.
mm,
Um, so yeah. Uh, Evening rush. Yep, yourself, rush. Um, Map yourself, bro. Liverpool, Bournemouth, of course. Liverpool last weekend lost 1-0 to the Forest, up the Forest. But they did win midweek really comfortably against um, what's it? AC Milan against AC
yeah,
Milan, 3-1 win.
yeah,
Konate and Van Dijk, 2 set piece goals, and then Szoboszlai. Um, but I think Bournemouth have the perfect blueprint how to play against Liverpool, looking at the way Forest did, especially
mm,
at Anfield. We'll see if Arne Slot, almost said Ange Slot, has figured a way to not let change tactics. Maybe what can they do to prevent something like happened last week happen? So Bournemouth, they weren't lucky against us, just poor in the final third.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna go 2-0 Liverpool. Comfortable 2-0 one.
yeah. I think I agree. I agree too. No, I think my thing with Bournemouth is when you said about struggling in the final third. I think that summed them up quite a bit, to be honest, throughout the whole games because they've actually performed quite well throughout. Apart from the Everton game, they actually didn't perform well, and that was actually the one time they put the ball in the back of the net. But that was mainly down to Everton crumbling. I think it will click eventually for Bournemouth. I think it's only a matter of time. Semenyo has been very impressive. I just think Bournemouth don't defend as deep as Nottingham Forest. They'll want to press a lot higher. They'll give it a go. But I think Liverpool have too much for them. So yeah, I agree with 2-0.
Okay, fair enough. 4-1 Liverpool. Jeez, 1-2 4-1 is crazy. Bournemouth defense is shocking, but they got a goal in uh in them. Wouldn't surprise me if Bournemouth score first, and will come back. Yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't be. Um. So yeah. Next game, Southampton, Ipswich. Both newly promoted teams.
Mm,
Um. Yeah, Ipswich last season done the double over them in the
yeah,
championship.
yeah.
So
That 3-2
you
game
know
was
what?
crazy at the time as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Oh,
So I
yeah.
think
Oh,
sometimes we're
yeah.
2-1 up.
Yeah, yeah, that game was crazy. You know what? I'm gonna go with 2-0. 2-0 Ipswich. They go
Yeah,
snatch them then.
I think 2-0 Ipswich as well. I think again Ipswich are one of them teams where it's just like they're performing well, it's just a matter of time about getting a win. They start with Man City and Liverpool, that's always gonna be hard, but uh they have had a couple draws. I think Southampton they don't look great in defence and they don't look great in attack. So what are we meant to
Mm.
expect from Southampton? Like, and this
Yeah,
from a manager who's very naive in general, and this is his first season in the Premier League, so it doesn't help. So
yeah, Southampton, like, they create something or look good going forward, but then as soon as they have to get that final ball into the box, it's uh, like
yeah,
just fix up.
they're relying on
Um,
Tyler Dibbling. They're going to rely on Tyler Dibbling way too much after his breakthrough performance against Man United. They've got good midfielders, Ugachukwu and Flynn Downs, but with their defenders, like Bednarek and Stevens, it's not a great centre-back partnership if you want to stay up. It's just too naive. We
mm,
saw that against Man United.
Southampton will score a late goal, but Ipswich will be comfortable. Yeah, it should be, man. Both of those teams will get relegated, in my opinion, but Ipswich beat Southampton. I had Ipswich staying up,
Mm.
but I wouldn't be against seeing them going down. Like, I can see that. Tottenham, Brentford. Now Tottenham back-to-back losses against Newcastle and Arsenal. Almost went out of the cup. Coventry were very unlucky to concede a late goal. Um, so two late goals. Brentford lost to Man City, lost to Liverpool. So at home they're really good. Haven't been the best away from home, but saying that they have played City and Liverpool away from home.
Yeah.
Um, and Brentford's only won that come at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Um, just over a year ago.
Yeah, that was when Ryan
When
Mason was
Brentford,
in charge. Ryan Mason was caretaker of that game. I remember that. Really one of the last games of the season.
yeah. Tottenham 3-0 due to have a good performance. It's really negative right now with Tottenham, with Ange and the club and everything. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say a draw. No, 2-1 Brentford. 2-1 Brentford. Screw Tottenham.
Oh well, fair. I don't like Tottenham, and they obviously underperformed. Well, they got lucky against Coventry. I think this is going to be another game where they're going to get lucky again, in my opinion. I think Brentford always have those games where they challenge the big teams and expose their spaces, but it's not all the time when they put the ball in the back of the net. They're not as clinical as people make them out to be, even without Ivan Toney or with Ivan Toney. But they've got place to test Tottenham. I just think Tottenham will get over the line. It'll be one of them games where Tottenham haven't looked great, but they just get lucky right at the end. I think it'll be 2-1 Tottenham.
Mm, 2-1 Tottenham. Fair enough. Um, okay, and then Crystal Palace United. Of course, Crystal Palace done the double of Manchester United last season. Man
Mm,
United don't have a really good record in London.
mm.
Um, so let me actually get that. So just because it's United, we'll get those up. I think it's yeah. Um, uh, Southampton. Sorry, Southampton. Manchester United have won just two of the last 16 Premier League away games against London
Jesus.
sides. Drawn 4, lost 10. Of both those victories coming against Fulham. 2-1 in November 22, 1-0 in November 2023. So, what? That's. Okay, so that's in Tenok's first season, yeah? Yeah,
Yeah,
Tenok's first season.
that was the game just before the Ronaldo interview came out with Piers Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
That was a game before that.
The Red Devils have lost as many Premier League games in the capital since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement, 24 in 64 visits, as they had in 118 such matches with the Scotsman in charge. Yeah, that's very damning. So any most humiliating sets. Having won none of the first 20 Premier League meetings with Manchester United, drawn 4, lost 16. Crystal Palace have now won 5 of their last 10 against them in the division. Drawn 2, lost 3. Other and then of course the 5 wins. Manchester United have lost. They lost 2 of the 3 away league games against Crystal Palace, drawing 1 game there, having been unbeaten in their previous 13 such visits to face the Eagles at Selhurst Park. Um, so crazy. Um, and we're gonna go for Palace one, man. We have to. Yeah. I don't think it will be quite a 4-0.
Hmm.
but I'm gonna go with a 2-1. I don't know if Elise is fit. Chelsea fan just mentioned it there. If
Well, at
he's
least it's
not
at
fit,
mine.
then uh, Eze. I think it means Eze because
Yeah,
Elise is at mine. Yeah, maybe
yeah.
Eze.
I think 1-1. I thought because Palace
1-1.
haven't struggled to win, but they look quite naive in defence at times, and I
Mm,
just think Man United will get one of them lucky goals. I think Palace will outperform Man United because Man United don't perform against anyone.
mm,
Even Southampton got at them for a good period of time, but just don't know whether Palace can keep a clean sheet at this current moment in time.
mm. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Manchester United will dominate the game, but Palace will kill them on the break. I wouldn't be surprised if it is 1-1 because they did draw 1-1 against us, and that was on the break. Great goal by Eze. Um, then two teams that have been unbeaten this season so far in Forest and Brighton, sitting both sixth and seventh. Um, Brighton, the yeah, team won this one really. Brighton ran a double over Forest last season. Forest look good. I'm gonna go. Oh, Forest are on their high. They just beat Liverpool. Well, hold that, Brighton. Yeah, hold that. 2-1.
Yeah, I think 2-2, just because I don't think Brighton have actually performed as good as their points have said. I think they're a bit like Newcastle. Like, I don't think they performed that well. I think obviously against Arsenal there was 10 men. The Man United game was a weird one. I do think they did okay. They don't look the same as they did when they were playing under De Zerbi, as fluid and as uh, like weren't cutting opening teams that much. I just think Forest as well. I think they're like a bogey sort of style of play for Brighton. The way Forest can sit deep and break on a counter if they play Hudson-Odoi and Elanga as well, and if they're on it, especially Elanga, you never know if he's going to have a really good game or a really bad game. Then Forest could get something, and I think probably 1-1, maybe 2-2. I think I'll go 2-2, just because there might be some goals in it. But Forest are on a high right now, and listen, they're going under the radar a little bit, so credit to them.
Mm. You know what, 2-2? I'm gonna change my prediction actually because 2-2 sounds like a good score. No. Um, both teams draw. So, but it will be the first time Forest have scored 2 goals. So, yeah. Well, 2-2, yeah. Sounds good to
Yeah.
me. If Forest was at home, I'll go with Forest, but Brighton on the home team, I'll back Brighton to snatch it. Then now we've gone 2-1 Brighton and 3-1 Brighton. Okay. Then the last game, of course, the main event of this weekend, probably going to be one of the boringest games, boring
Yeah.
main event there's
Yeah.
ever been.
Mm.
We're gonna have Prime Stoke City back 4-4-2. Um, Prime Stoke, you've got City potentially without De Bruyne. I don't think that makes a massive difference to them. Um, I said this all day. I'm gonna go 0-0, man.
I
I
agree.
just think I just think this is gonna be if this game has goals fair play, but this game I think Arsenal 11 men behind in the box almost gonna sit there. They're gonna have maybe 2 shots on target at 2 shots in the game at most. Um, the thing is, I don't see City scoring 6 goals against that
No,
attack.
no. I just think Arsenal defend too well and attack too bad for it to have any goals in this game. Like
Yeah,
City have obviously been really good this like start of the season, but we've seen Arsenal's defense is hard to break down, and I think they were defended a similar way to how Inter Milan did. We saw what Inter Milan did with Arsenal as
well,
well, and Haaland
at,
can Haaland can be nullified. So I just think it'll be a boring 0-0 game.
at least for me, yeah, with Inter, at least when they went forward,
Yeah,
it looked promising.
yeah. Arsenal
With
won't do that.
also, there's nothing, and also
No,
people, yeah. I'm never gonna do an Arsenal watch along ever again. I don't care if they play us ever. Arsenal, I will never. I don't know watch along to Atalanta. I will never do it again. Yeah,
Yeah, I was on a watch
never.
along with Atalanta, and it was so boring. We were just chatting a load of nonsense during the stream to entertain ourselves.
Um. I got two predictions. If also step it up 3-2 City. If not, of course 6-0. I think City will get through. I can't see City going 2 games in a row without scoring. Maybe. But jeez. Imagine playing a back four and then you have two CDMs. And mind
Yeah,
you, that back four is based on all of them I have played centre back. Like
yeah,
Ben White, former centre back.
Timber.
Um, Euron Timber, right back slash centre back. Now he's playing left back. You got Califiora coming on. He's a centre back slash left back.
Even Tomiyasu can
Uh,
play there.
Tomiyasu, I think he played the centre back sometime.
Yeah,
Um, yep, I'm Chelsea, and then Mike's is West Ham. Predictions, I have 2-1 Crystal Palace.
yeah, I had
Um,
1-1.
yeah, 2-1-1. So I will show there quickly. That's my predictions. I might change it. But yeah, that's what I got. So yeah, but yeah, everyone. So yeah, there will be a Stoke City Hull City watch along in 10 minutes. I won't be on it. Well, I'll be on it from the start, but when the game starts, I won't be on it. Shout out to my guy Tyler T Boys TV. We're on there. We're doing it together. So yeah. But Mike, where can people find you, man?
At GVO Mike, as it says next to my name on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and most importantly, YouTube. So if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that's the name.
Link is in the description, and I will put it now in the chat. So people, um, go subscribe there. Why do I think Crystal Palace will win? Because you have only won two of your last 16 Premier League away games against London sides. So 2 in 16 against London sides is not good. And then you and that was against Fulham 2-1 and 1-0 in both in November 2022 and November 2023. So almost a year apart since you won a game in London. And then Crystal Palace slapped you up 4-0 at Selhurst Park. And I don't think you've improved that much to recover from a 4-0 to 2-1. That's why. Um, yeah, but that doesn't mean they can't beat you guys. Look what Southampton did. Beat. They almost took the lead against you guys. First 30 minutes, it was all Southampton. Southampton. So yeah. Um. I think it'll be the first one, and they're at home. They have been playing some decent football. Crystal Palace. They drew with us 1-1. Played Leicester City. Drew 2-2. So they've been decent there. So yeah. And also 5:30 UK time, kickoff, rocking. Nah, man, it's gonna be the atmosphere is gonna be at an all time high. So yeah, man. So yeah, but people go follow Mike's there. Want to have a look back at the predictions? Just go back. And then do leave your thoughts in the comments. I will reply and have a debate there. So yeah, go subscribe to him. Let's get him to 600 by the end of what? Let's go to end of September. Why not, man?
Yeah, try our best. Yeah.
We'll try our best. End of September. So yeah, people go. They will be live in less than 10 minutes with Stoke City, Hull City. So I'll put that link in the chat now. So yeah, people, take care, and then we'll see you all in a bit. Cheers.